Hi there, creative Tartanites. Thank you for joining me for Fun Friday. It is Friday, and today is going to be a lot of fun. Now, for those of you who don't know, hi there, Mona. Hi. I have a Facebook group called the Creative Tartanite Tribe. Now, in the Creative Tartanite Tribe, hi Megan, morning. I have been attempting to muster up some enthusiasm for creativity, and as such, I have set a challenge. Hi there, Jen. Thank you for joining me, or thank you for joining us. And so I have actually designed my own papers. Now, this is just a little sample. As you can see, I've managed to spill water on this, but never mind. And I've already done a few things. This is another sample of just the actual elements of the design. And the dots that you're seeing, that is actually oil. Now, all will become a bit clearer later on. So I have that. Now, I did do a Facebook Live, and this, oh, it's upside down. This was a journaling card for going in a journal that I made out of my own paper. The other thing that I made, but I didn't record this, was this card. Now, the image isn't mine. The image, I actually got the image sent to me, a number of years ago now, when I used to do lots of swaps and things with people into sort of paper crafts and card making and things, because my first love. Hello from down under. Anjali is here. Hello. Anjali is my #1 fan. Anjali was the very first person to be my fan before I even actually had the YouTube channel, because she was my friend who encouraged me to actually start my channel. So a big hello to Anjali. Now, I believe that it is silly o'clock. It's quite late at night somewhere. Anjali, maybe you could tell me what time it actually is, but I'm guessing it's somewhere maybe 2, 3 in the morning, perhaps. I don't know. You tell me. Yes, you were my first subby as well. You definitely were. And sorry about the mess of my hair today. I washed it yesterday and I didn't actually get round to straightening it, and my hair kind of looks like I've stuck my fingers in the electric socket. That's kind of what happens with my hair. So anyway, back on topic. The card is an image that had been sent to me by someone. We used to stamp all our stamps and send to our friends and things, so we kind of shared stamps that way. And that was an image that I got sent, and I've just realized I thought I'd managed to break the flower, but I just tucked the petal under. So yeah, this is the card that I made. It's blank inside at the moment. I do actually plan to put an insert, and one of the questions that I posed to everybody on my Facebook group quite recently was whether or not they actually have written poetry. Now, I asked this because many years ago I used to write poetry, and I stopped doing it. And then just the other day I was remembering that I actually, not that long ago, was writing poems for the inside of cards. So not only did you get a homemade card, but you also got a very specific poem inside, a greeting inside the card as well. So now that I'm rambling, let me just check to see who else has come in. So we've got Leslie. Leslie has come in since, and we're just basically saying hello to everybody. Hello to each other. So I actually have something, this is kind of cool, right? I've literally just found out about this. I was doing my kind of scouring YouTube, as I always do, looking for inspiration for various different things. And as you can see, I've got a bit of a mess in the background here, and I'm sorry about that. I was actually trying things out earlier on before I came on, and I discovered how to make vellum. Now, I don't know if you can hear that, but it sounds like vellum, and it kind of looks like vellum. And I meant to get this out as well. Just bear with me a second. Oh. Now, I seem to have lost the other bit of paper like this. That's just typical. Yeah, found it. I knew it was in there. I've obviously tidied up and put everything away. Now, there is what it looked like to begin with. I don't know if you can actually see that well enough. There's what it looked like before, and there's what it looks like after. So can you see the difference? So if I hold this up to here, you can see that, yeah, it's transparent, but it's photocopy paper, it's printer paper, it's just basic bog standard paper. If I hold this up, look, yay, it looks like vellum. Now, how cool is that? Oh, thank you, Anjali. She's just saying that my room looks great. Thank you. Yes, I'm very pleased with how the colour has turned out, I have to say. So, who's ready to see how to make vellum? Because this is the first attempt. This is what I was doing earlier on. This is why I've managed to get spots on this paper. So, who's ready? Now you'll need to forgive me because I'm going to use my I can't even think of what it actually is called, but it's my bendy thing. Let's use the technical term for it, my bendy thing. So I'm going to use the bendy thing, and I am going to excuse. Oh, sorry. I probably should have had the wiring a little bit better than it is before coming on. And I just clip that into here. And oh no, that's how things happen and it breaks. There we go, that's better. There we go. And as soon as it stops bouncing. Right. So hopefully everybody can see okay and they're not feeling too dizzy. Now, hands up who already knows how to do this. Because seriously, if you don't know how to do this, once you've found out, you are going to be raiding your bathroom cupboards. Spinny. Yes. Sorry, Jen. Hope nobody gets seasick. Yeah, I hope nobody got seasick as well. So, as I say, hands up who actually already knows how to do this. I will need the kitchen towels. I will just put this one out of the way. So there we go. Because if you don't know how to do this, you're really going to be very surprised. Because when I saw it, I was like, oh, all you need is baby oil. This is just my local my local supermarket's own brand, and I've just got this to apply it. Now it's like magic. It seriously is like magic. Now I'm using my craft mat. So it doesn't get oil everywhere. But it really is this simple. You simply, and this was printed on my inkjet printer. And as you can see, it's not lifting up the ink. And I'm just getting the baby oil all over the paper. Like so. And I probably should have, I actually had sticky paper, washi tape to stick the mat down. So that's it, well and truly soaked. Now I saw the person do it that way as well. So I can't, oh, sorry, I've just knocked the camera with my glasses. I can't for the life of me remember whose video it was that I was watching. But from what I can tell, there's lots of different ways. Tracy Fox, she does amazing art journals. I would, if you're into art journals, into sort of junk journals and things, I would check her channel out. She is really good. She's got some really good content, and she has her own Facebook group as well. Yeah, I had no idea either. So that's both sides done. And just to take all the excess off, I'm going to stick the paper towels, and I'm just going to allow it to soak through the paper towels. Now remember, that page was the same, and that's, you can hear the difference. It feels like vellum and looks like vellum. So I've decided, now what I've just changed into vellum was actually testing a print. So, you know, I was just going to just leave as is, maybe cut the elements out and put it, you know, in a journal or something along those lines. But then I discovered this. So this is actually going to go into the giveaway. How cool is that? Look at the difference. So who's all stopped watching immediately and ran to the bathroom to see if they can find baby oil? I mean, how simple is that? I actually went to my bathroom cabinet and discovered that I've thrown my baby oil out. It's obviously been so old that I've just thrown it out. I no longer have my baby oil, so hence why I had to go and buy a new lot. So I was out today. I was thinking about you guys. I was out today actually getting baby oil for this tutorial. And I think, I mean, it's not even coming off anymore. So I think I've got it. Now, it is oil. So I would imagine that, you know, it's probably going to, although it feels dry, it's probably going to take a while to dry properly. But, you know, how simple is that? That is just totally amazing. Now, that is with ordinary copy paper. What I haven't done, and I have got a couple of sheets here, is I've got ordinary paper. Well, I say ordinary paper, it's not really ordinary paper. Yeah, Leslie's saying that she doesn't have baby oil. I have heard somebody mention. Oh, I've got baby oil on my computer. Oh, sorry, that's not what I heard somebody mention. I had heard somebody mention that, like, you know, like cooking oil, something like that. But I think baby oil probably smells a little nicer. I think any oil will probably do, Mona. I just thought that baby oil would not stink. Olive oil might be nice. I do have some olive oil in the cupboard. Most people have olive oil. That doesn't smell too bad. But yeah, I wonder. And oh, coconut oil. I wonder if coconut oil would work. I don't have any coconut. I've ran out of coconut oil, but yeah, maybe warm up some coconut oil and see if that works. Oh, the paper would smell amazing, wouldn't it? Oh, actually, now there's a thought. I wonder if putting a little bit of baby oil with a little bit of essential oil will actually give you smelly paper. Yes, Mona, you know me too well, don't you? I do have the odd occasional moment. But yeah, I wonder if using an essential oil will actually give us smelly paper. So scented paper for our journals. I mean, how cool is that? Right, I will take that out of the way and I will leave this to the side and I will soak this one. Let's see what actually happens now. And of course, when you're doing this, if you're doing it with baby oil, yeah, I got this, oh, again, I got this years ago when I was a scrapbooker. So let's see what happens. Because this is a bit thicker paper. This is a lot thicker paper. And I think it's just about getting the oil to soak into the fibres of the paper, from what I can tell. This isn't soaking in quite as easily as the last one. But it is soaking through. I can see it soaking through because I can see the air bubbles. Okay, so let's rub the other side as well. Make sure that all that oil is actually in the paper. Certainly seems to have soaked through because the bottom of my craft mat was really wet. So again, now there's a little bit of colour in this pad now. I don't know if it's off of that or not. Or if it was because I just went round and was on my craft, like rubbing on the craft mat. Leslie says coconut oil would be really good as you can rinse it off with water from your desk. It's really good to use in your hair and your body too. Yeah, I love coconut oil. I like cooking with coconut oil. It smells amazing and it's better at high temperatures than any other oil. Right, this is really annoying me, so I'm going to get some washi tape. I'm just using baby wipe to wipe my hands, although I suspect that it probably isn't going to make an awful lot of difference in terms of getting the oil off, because you know what oil's like. it really doesn't like coming off, does it? So let me see. Bit of washi tape. Oh, and my hair as well. Right. So washi tape that side. Washi tape. Oh, on the other side. So there we go. Jen, you're on your lunch break. Well, I hope you're enjoying your lunch. There we go. Well, it feels like vellum, but it doesn't have the same see-through capacity as, I mean, there is a difference. You can see that there is a difference, but it doesn't have the same see-through capacity as this one. But you can see it's made a difference. So that's cool. So I'll pop that to the side. Pardon me. Right. So I've got some of my own printed paper here. So if anybody wants to play with these papers that I'm showing you, if you join the my Facebook group, which is the Creative Tartanites, if you're not already a member, I'm making them available free to my Creative Tartanites so that they can play with them and as part of the September challenge. Now, the September challenge is very, very simple. It's create what you want to create with the papers. It really is, it's about playing with the papers. So if you'd like to play with the papers, come and join us. Mona, our resident wrench, my moderator, she has done some lovely cards. And if you want to go and check it out on Instagram, I'm sure she will oblige with adding her username. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, I'm at Tartantaz. So I'll get rid of this one because this one has got a bit dirty and I don't want to contaminate. So I've got another one here. I'm just going to move that out of the way. And now that last one, the white, that's obviously a white background. So we'll see what it's going to be like with some coloured background. Now, I hope everybody's having fun. I realise that this isn't painting today, but as soon as I've done this, I do actually plan to do something in my journal, and I'm going to use my paper as just showing another way to use the paper. So just making sure that the oil is going through the paper, which it seems to be. Mona's saying, I think it's fun to see your magic making papers into vellum. Yes, I mean, do you know, oh, sorry, knocking the camera again. It's one of those things that once you know how to do it, the paper's not safe anymore. No paper is safe now that I know how to do this. Oh, I feel sorry for all the papers of this world. I think it's really cool. It's so fun. It really is so much fun. And it's so easy to do. You know, the kids would have an absolute blast doing this. I've been into paper crafting for years. I don't understand why it's taken me so long to find this. I really don't. So what's new with everybody? What's happening? I wonder if Jen's away back to work. What a shame. I'm back to work tomorrow, unfortunately. And it's vegan too. Yes, Angeli, it's vegan too. Oh dear, dear, dear. So what's new with everybody? Is there any news out in the internet world? Leslie's saying, I just did a request for a Facebook group. I had no idea you had a group there. Oh, thank you, Leslie. As soon as I'm done with my live, I will go and check my Facebook group and get you added. Awesome. Right. Let's have a look. Yep, that's definitely changed color. Now that's the vellum, and that's the ordinary. It's just ordinary printer paper, just copier paper. Now I wonder what else I can have a look at. Through it, or see what I can see through it, because this is just so lovely. I'm really impressed with this, for sure. I wonder how long it takes to dry properly to actually being able to use it. I would imagine that given it's oil, because oil doesn't really dry, does it? It kind of evaporates. So I think I will do this one last piece. So now you can see that there's a little bit of ink has come up, but only a small amount. So that's not too bad. Have you tried sticking it to anything yet? I wonder how the oil would stick. I haven't yet. No, I've literally just found out that I can do this. So I haven't actually used it on anything. So that will be my next experiment, Angeli, for sure. Because what I thought would be nice is, you know, those little bags you get, the little thingy bags. I'll show you what I mean. If I can think what I've done with it. You know these? I thought it would make nice little bags. I also thought it would be nice on, like, for card making, or to use to wrap a card, to make it look pretty, packaging, you know, that kind of thing. Because the other thing I was wondering as well is that because it's got oil in it, I would imagine that, like, things like acrylics don't mix with oils. So I would imagine you wouldn't be able to necessarily you know, use it in your journal and then paint over it with acrylics or anything like that. Well, I'm assuming not, because oils don't mix with acrylics. But then if it's just in your journal, maybe it's about the sort of integrity of the paint, rather than, you know, and that it'll start to fall apart after a while. But if you're just playing in your art journal, then maybe it'll be okay. I think I'll have to look that one up. Oh, okay. Yes. That might be a good idea, Leslie. If it's still got too much oil in it. I wonder. I wonder. But you can actually see that there's oil stains on my mat now. But that's okay. I don't mind. It's been through the wars. And I'm, whoops. I am sure that it'll survive the oil. And failing that, I can always buy a new mat. So the good news is I am going to give these vellums away that I've just made. That's what I'm going to do. Good morning, Christine. Good morning. How are you today? Thanks for joining us. How are you? How's life treating you today? Right, I think I've got all the excess oil off. So I'm going to pop them off to one side. Okay. And I'm just giving my mat a good wipe. You can see where the oil has definitely stained the mat. And I can feel the oil in my hands. So I'll just get a baby wipe, give my hands a good wipe. Christine's saying very good, hope all is well. Yes, all is definitely well. I've just been showing everybody how to turn ordinary paper into vellum. So that, as they say, is that. Now, I'm definitely going to do a giveaway. So this live has turned into a giveaway. So everybody here is very, very lucky because they get first dibs. Everybody that is subscribed to my channel and puts a comment to say that they're interested has a chance of being picked to win the vellum. Now it's just the vellum I'm giving away today. So that's 2 pieces like this and 2 pieces like this. I will vellumize this and I will also put it in the giveaway. So if you'd like to enter, now this is not in association with YouTube at all or whatsoever. This is literally me just deciding that I want to give something nice to my viewers, particularly those who have taken the time to watch this video. So I'm not even going to advertise that it is a giveaway. I'm just going to put everybody's name that comments on the video once it's done that they would like the vellum, and then I will put your names in a hat and I will pick a name. Now I will do it at the end of September. Yes, I will do it at the end of September because that is the end of, sorry, I've put my hands in so that you know I'm still here. I will do it at the end of September because that is when the September challenge ends. And these papers were specifically designed for the September challenge. So if you're interested in getting the vellum, then pop a comment into the, in fact, right now, if you put yes in the chat right now, I will put your name in the giveaway. Okay. It's 1:05 in Australia here, and just about to go to bed. But oh, I'm so glad you stayed up, Leslie. Oh, thank you. That is, you're so sweet. That is the silly o'clock in the morning. That is. So everybody put yes, and I will put your names in the hat. And if anybody is watching this video on the replay and you would like to be entered into it, then let me know in the comments. Now you need to let me know that that's what you're commenting for, because if everybody's commenting and they don't want the vellum that's commenting, then I won't know. So if you let me know that that's what you would like in the comments, if you're watching on the replay, then that's what I will do, and hopefully that will be clear. So let's take a quick look again. There definitely is a difference with this, with the bot paper as well, because even when you put it down, you can so see the difference. I'm really, I pity the papers. I really do. Right. So who's ready for some art journaling? I'm just getting some water. Let's have a look. Let's see. Now, I thought it would be fun to let's get another baby wipe. That one's full of oil. So another baby wipe. I've forgotten what I was going to say there. Yeah, it's obviously, my gran used to say, if you've forgotten what you said, it must have been a lee. So, oh, I saw something the other day on Facebook that it was so funny because it actually happened to me that day. It was something along the lines of, my ability to recall the lyrics of a 1980s song far exceeds my ability to remember why I walked into the kitchen. Who here can relate to that? Because that very day, I walked into the kitchen and thought, what am I in here for? And it turns out that the reason why I couldn't remember why I was in the kitchen was because I actually wasn't meant to be in the kitchen. I had gone downstairs to grab my mobile phone, which was charging in the living room, and somehow wandered into the kitchen instead. Go figure. Now, this is a printout of my of this, right? But as you can see, it is ever so slightly different colors, and the reason for that is I'm running out of ink, and I've only just found out because it's done this. However, how pretty is that? That is a different color, and it is actually really very pretty as well. See, they're meant to be red and orange, well, red and yellow roses, but these are actually pink and blue with little white flowers because they're meant to be yellow. So I'm thinking, maybe I should change the colors of my paper as well, and my design, and offer different colours, because this is really pretty too in the blue. So let's get this open. Let's get started. Okay. Now let me see if I can find my page that I'm wanting to. Now this is the page that I was wanting to work on. As you can see, it's already started. And the reason it's already started is not because I started without you. It's because I was cleaning off my roller. I was cleaning off some paint. And so then I decided that I would stick. I had some spare, not spare, but leftover washi tape from something else, because I used this to washi tape something down. And I decided, rather than bin it, I would repurpose it. So I ended up gluing it into my journal. Now, the reason I glue it into my journal is not because the washi tape wasn't sticky anymore, but simply because washi tape does have a habit of sometimes coming away if it's in journals, particularly if they're getting used a lot. So, and this is something that I actually had from a long time ago now, a few years ago. I did a video, a demonstration of how different markers worked on different papers, and this was one of the faces that I did. So I've had it for a while and just never bothered. Just never bothered doing anything with it. And then one day I thought, you know, that would actually look quite good in there. So I'm going to stick it in here. Now, as you can see, there has already been something spilt, something splashed on here, which then kind of makes me wonder, you know, how on earth am I going to glue it in here without actually ruining the entire. So I'm thinking maybe glue stick. But then again, I don't know, because it might not stick to the. I think it won't stick to the acrylic paint. So I think maybe a combination of glue stick and the tacky glue, probably. So I'm just going to do it off to the side here. I mean, I don't know if you can see that, but there's even circles that I'd actually started off drawing in here, just to get it was done as an idea. It never ever actually got made into anything, because I just wanted to see how it looked. And that idea was then transferred onto a different paper. Good idea, Anjali. Spray adhesive. Unfortunately, I don't have any. The other thing I was thinking is I do actually have sticky back, double-sided sticky tape. So I'm wondering, but then it would be difficult for around the edges. So I'm just going to. It's just my journal. If it fails, it fails. I'll just paint over the face. We will overcome and adapt, as they say. Right. There. I'm still just about within frame. Okay. So, oops, just going to use the glue stick. And then I will do the rest, or go over it with this. As you can see, it's starting to curl because of the wetness. And I suspect that the wetness going through to the girl might actually affect her, but we'll see. We'll see. We might get away with it. and I'm seeing that there's something in there that really shouldn't be, so I'm going to pick that out. I think that's probably a little bit of gunk from the actual nib of the glue. That seems to be okay. Yeah, seems to be. Oh, I've got glue in my fingers, though. Better not use my fingers to stick it down. I'll end up with glue all over the top of her. Oh, she's squint. Typical. Now let's see if it can lift up and move. There we go, that's better. And of course, now that I've done that, it'll probably not stick properly. But hey ho. Right. I'm just using the bone folder really just to get the air out. I find that when I'm using this kind of glue, it actually works better if I do this. Because if I use my fingers, for some reason I end up with air pockets. And I suppose it's also easier if I don't have glue, because I usually end up with glue all over my fingers, and if I use my fingers to rub things down, then that's when I end up and I've just ended up with glue all over my bone folder. But that's okay. As I said, it's one of those things. If it goes wrong, it goes wrong. But it seems to be going not too badly. Scrapbook tape runner. Yes, I have one of those, Jen, but unfortunately, that is somewhere that I actually don't know where it is. I will find it. I will probably be looking for something else. That's usually the way of it, isn't it? You can't find the thing you're looking for at the time that you're looking for it, but when you start looking for something else, you find the thing that you were looking for before. Does that make sense? Does that happen to anybody else? Certainly happens to me a lot. There we go. So just really going around the edges and hoping that it'll stick. There we go. Done. Oh, it's upside down. Oh, I'm so glad that you guys understand me, because you know I'm sure that there are some people out there that like, what? So there we go. That's that in there. Now, the next thing is, what do I do with the paper? Well, there's a number of different things that can be done with the paper. And actually, to be honest, I'm thinking I would quite like to fussy cut this out. But I have to say, it's going to be a pain in the back. Maybe I should have thought of that beforehand. Because I'd quite like to put those flowers in her hair. So I'm sorry, this is going to be a little bit boring, this part. So let's see if we can get this thing out quickly. Rosie's in her hair. You read my mind, Tanya. Oh, wow. So Angeli says 95% of crafting is looking for that thing you just had in your hand a minute ago. Yes, yes, that is so, so true. And if anybody's watched me live before, they will know that that is so me. Now I'm going to save time because I'm not going to fussy cut round that, particularly as it actually goes off the page. So I'm thinking if I kind of sort of fussy cut a little bit round stuff, then maybe once it's on I can use paint to make it look like it's actually part of the page, because the background is blue. There we go. Oh, sorry. Banging the thing again. There. Oh, typical. Do you know what? I'm going to make my life easier. And I'm going to cut this off. There. Fastest fussy cut ever. Right. Of course, now that I've done that, I'm thinking, would that be better there? Oh, decisions, decisions. I don't know. Right or left? You guys tell me which looks better. I'm thinking left. Oh, left. Yay. Yes, definitely left. Okay. So this is one way to use, and that is to fussy cut the flowers out. So this is just one way. And it's a really relaxing way to craft, actually, because you don't have to worry about having to draw something, or draw it correctly at the time if you're not in the mood for drawing. I would encourage anybody who draws at all or whatsoever to actually just simply, I'm just going to use the glue stick and see how that goes, to simply use their own art and recycle their own art. Print your art out. Honestly, it's it's a time saver. And I've just, okay, tip number one, be careful when you're using ordinary printer paper with your artwork, because if you get it wet on the top and rub it, it will take the ink off. So I don't know if you can see that there's just a little bit of rubbing just there. So just be careful. So there we go. That's one way. The other, I'm thinking of using this down the edge, only I'm thinking I might, now is that the right size? Wow, that's just perfect. Okay. I'm thinking of doing, oops, oh, you can't see. I'm doing hills. Well, I'm trying to do hills if I can get the scissors to work properly. Oops, sorry. I'm probably making such a hash of this. Oh. Come on. I think I've been using these scissors a little bit too much for cutting things that have been glued. There we go. Some rather random, strange looking hills. And I'm going to stick them there. Yep, that's exactly what I'm going to do. It does look a little clashy, but I quite like clashy. Mona says, get out of my head. Oh dear. Yeah. I can't promise anything, I'm afraid. Maybe you're inside my head. Maybe I'm transmitting things and I don't realize it. Then we're getting into real sci-fi stuff, aren't we? Right. So let's get these stuck down. I suspect that now you can see that this is actually bought paper, but I've printed on the back of it. Now the reason I've done that is because I was looking for something a little bit heavier. So this is white on the back, and I've got loads of this paper. So I decided I would print my print out on this because I wanted the heavier paper to do something. So that's what I did. Right, now this is going to be fun. Gluing this without getting into a mess. Oh, sorry, I've just knocked the camera again. I really need to stop doing that. Now, seeing as how this is slightly thicker paper, I'm going to do some of this as well. And obviously, I need glue on my mat, clearly. Okay. So as I say, I realise that this isn't particularly painting or drawing or anything like that, but it is art. It's collaging. And my channel has always been about creativity. My painting, I still paint and I will still be uploading paintings. My new timetable, I am hoping, is going to be that on a Tuesday I will upload a time-lapse video, probably of a painting or drawing or something, something more art related. And Friday is going to be Fun Friday. And one of the things that I'd like to try, because it's now available, is I would like to try the Premiere, which means that I can actually talk to you guys. Now you can see, this is where I've cleaned off brushes again. I can talk to you guys with a video running. So it's kind of a bit like we're at the pictures together. So I will make a video, upload it, make it be available at a particular time, but it'll be available as if it was live, but it's not live. It's pre-recorded, but the chat will be live. So I will be able to talk to you without getting distracted. Well, thank you, Mona. I really appreciate knowing that. Because sometimes I wonder if it's just me that likes doing these kinds of things. It's always nice to know that it's not just me. There we go. Oh yeah, I do like that. Just checking that the edges seem to be reasonably stuck down. Yep. There we go. Yep, definitely well and truly stuck down. So there we go. That is 2 different ways in which you can, in fact, three different ways in which you can use my papers. Now, how are we doing for time? Well, it's 4:30, so that has been an hour. I'm just wondering whether to continue with this page or just to leave it there. Anjali says, no, it's not just you. Your videos are always entertaining. Oh, thank you, Jen, and thank you, Anjali. Jen is saying, love your videos. I really appreciate that. I really, really do. Because, I mean, I'm like every creator. I worry that my viewers are... that's a very good idea, Mona. A nice quote. I worry that my videos are things that I like doing and not necessarily the things that my viewers want to watch. I think every creator has that thought. Jen says, I would never chat and watch while working. Of course you wouldn't, Jen. Of course you wouldn't. You were never here. I'm faffing about. Now, faffing is a very good word for just messing about, just kind of procrastinating and just dithering. Now, there's another good word. Anybody know what dithering is? Or is it just a very Scottish word? Anjali says, if you do what you love, your people will find you. That's also very true, Anjali. That's very, very true. So I'm just looking at this, wondering what else I could do. So Mona says, nope. What does that mean? Dither is, to dither means that you, how to explain this without using other words that you might not know. It's a little like procrastination, but a little sillier. So it's a silly procrastination. So same with faffing. Faffing is fussing. Fussing. Oh, there's another fussing. It's fussing. So dithering is more a kind of a dizzy type dithering, fussing. So fussing, dithering, all very similar words. Angeli says, my mum used to say it all the time, might be a British thing. Yes, it probably is a UK thing to dither. Because I'm sure I've heard other people from the UK. So yeah, fussing around. So if you're dithering, it's more like you're yes, being a bit silly, going on a go slow, dithering on a go slow. That's probably on a go slow. When you dither, you're on a go slow, because fussing is being more meticulous to detail. Jen, my Grammys says it, but her mum was from Scotland. Okay, yeah, see, I'm dithering around the answer. Angela has just said it's wasting time while fussing. Yes, wasting time. So on a go slow. Thank you, Angeli. I'm waiting before adding anything to this because I want this glue to be at least some kind of semi-dry. Now I'm just thinking, I don't think I have any sentiments or anything. So, but what I would like to do is I would like to add a little bit more paint down here. So I'm just going to lean behind me because I have my paint up at the ready with my paintbrushes and the likes. So I have my very used paint palette here, like so, and I'm going to use, what brush will I use? I think I will use my Art Sherpa Cat's Tongue size 4. That seems to be my go-to brush for things. So I'm thinking to tie this in with this. I'm going to use a little bit of a light green. Don't need a lot, just a tiny amount. Because as much as I like clashing, I think it really needs to tie in a bit more. So I'm just going to, I think I'll just run round it actually, like this. In fact, I think I'll follow the hills. Not really thinking about this. I'm just adding because I can. Just mark making, because that's what art journaling is all about. So I'm just going to add some of the green here and there, just to kind of tie it in. There we go. And then I'll get a little bit of blue if I can find it. Oh, I'll maybe go with a little bit of phthalo blue. That's probably oh, a bit too much. And I think I'll maybe use a little bit of mixing white. Oh, hello, Kaylee. Kaylee is my daughter, and she's come in to say hello. So say hello to everybody, and everybody say hello to Kaylee. Actually, scrub that. That sounded like a demand. That's not what I meant. Say hello if you want to. Right. So that's that. Got a little bit of the green in. And I'm going to are you see? Oh yes, yeah, I'm still in frame at this bit. Right, I'm just making the blue just a little bit lighter. And I'm going to go around these again, I think. And do it kind of layered. Because I don't think it was phthalo. I'm sure it was ultramarine blue I used in the original. I've gone quiet. Sorry, I'm concentrating. Oh dear, that's so not helpful, is it? So just scattering the paint just to kind of try and get it to tie in. I wonder what would happen if I added that phthalo blue to the green. Nice one. There we go. There we go. Right, I think maybe I need just a tiny bit of colour up here. I want to leave the white spaces because I'm quite liking the white spaces. I'm really quite liking the white spaces. Right, I'm just wondering actually if maybe I need to just kind of go a little bit over. It's a little less new. Just to tie it in. With the rest of it. So it's still seen. It's just not so stark. Doesn't seem to matter with this lot, because that's kind of the focal point. But I don't want you to be like here, there, there, here, here, there, because that's just confusing. So there we go. That'll be that then. I think I'm going to call that done. I could add more. But I think I'm going to leave it. Mona says it's not easy to create and chat at the same time. Oh, chat's gone. It'll come back. Come back, chat. Please come back. Ah, there we go. It's back. Okay, Kaylee says, hi, Grandma, love your picture from Sean and David. Oh, thank you. They're my grandsons. So my grandsons are watching me right now. Hello, guys. Oh, excuse me. I've got the hiccups. Jen says, I love listening to you talk, Mona. You have a lovely voice. I love your accent. Yes, Mona does have a lovely accent. Do you know, Mona, your English is just absolutely fantastic. I've said that to you before. I don't mind. It's like Leoba as well. She's a German artist, and I don't mind when she doesn't pronounce her English words correctly, because do you know what? When you guys speak English for us, then you know that is going above and beyond as far as I'm concerned, because very few of English speaking people will actually learn another language. There are exceptions to the rule. I will say that, you know, there are people who they excel at languages and they will, you know, if English is their first language. But in general, the majority of English speaking people don't tend to learn other languages. And so I think it's shocking when people complain about other nationalities learning English, then telling them off for not getting the pronunciation correctly. That's just not on, as far as I'm concerned. I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend anybody, but I think it's rude. I really do. Mona's saying it's much easier to type than to talk English. And Mona says that in Sweden, all kids learn English. We start from when we are 9 years old and all through the whole school. You see, that's the thing, Mona. That doesn't happen here. Yes, we get languages in schools, but we don't get taught it like in Sweden and in the Netherlands. I mean, there are very few people in Netherlands who don't actually speak, you know, less than 3 languages. Most of them it's usually 2, but I've known a lot of people to actually speak 3 and upwards because of the diversity. But you know, we get taught English. Obviously, we get taught. We're allowed to learn either English. I say English again. Ugh. I don't know what it's like now, but maybe my daughter will say. But we get taught French and German at the school, right? Now, I learned French from at high school. It was first year, so I was 12 by the time I learned any French. And then when it came to actually choosing my exams to sit, they they put all the different subjects into sections. So you were only allowed to like pick one out of this section, one out of that section, one, and French and art were in the same section. So if I wanted to have art as my exam, I couldn't take French. So what kind of lesson is that teaching children, that you can either learn art or you can learn another language? It's so not fair. I don't know how the children get their lessons now and how they pick their subjects. But certainly when I was at school, that was how it was done. And so, of course, I dropped French like a ton of bricks, I'm afraid. Sorry. Okay, so Sean's learning Spanish. So he's learning that in primary school. We didn't get languages when I was at primary school. We didn't get them until, but I remember you, Kaylee, you got some language in primary school, didn't you? Look at us, we're being all sophisticated and talking language. This is a creative channel. Why are we talking language? Because we're being creative, that's why. Because we are being creative. So anybody listening on the replay, thank you so much for staying with me for as long as you have, first of all. And secondly, I hope that you join in. And I've just had another thought, and if you could just bear with me just a second while I grab something. No, that's too big. I'll be back in a second. I'm grabbing something. Sorry about that, guys. The thought just occurred to me. I've got a little box at the back of the room there with these in them, and it just came to me that I wanted to do something as I was looking at the page. So I'm just taking it through there, and I'm going to add it was when I saw the circles, I thought, ooh, now that would be good. So there we go. Oh, guess what else I've got? Ah, I forgot about these. How could I forget? Right, Mona, if you're in my head, what am I thinking of? Well, let's see if we can let's see if you can find, if we can do this experiment. No, think circle. Think circle. I'm thinking it right now for you, Mona. Think circle. What have I got recently that I never thought to use just now? I'm just looking for a red to make a pink with. Yay, Jen's got it. Pouncers. That's exactly it. Ah, you've obviously you're obviously, the connection has been severed temporarily, Mona. Right. Now what have I done with mine? There it's there. Kaylee's saying I'm confused. It's part of a conversation we were having earlier on, because everything that I was coming up with to do next in my journal Mona was thinking of at the same time, so she had said, "Get out of my head." So that's where that conversation comes from. So I'm just going to oh, right, I'm going to do that because that's a little bit redder than I had anticipated, but it's fine. Oh, where can I put this down? Right, put it down over there because I'm now getting paint all over me. Right, so Kaylee, you'll not have seen these before. These are the Art Sherpa pouncers. These are really fun to use, and essentially, I'll get it in frame. You just pick up the paint. Oh, that's a bit too, hang on. Ah, where's my cloth gone? A bit too much water. Right, and then you do that, and it gives you a circle like that. And I think we need a little bit more white. And then that kind of ties in the pages. Right, where did I put the little one? Oh, it's in my hand. We were talking earlier on about how crafting is 95% looking for things that you had 5 minutes ago. Well, I just had one of those moments where I couldn't find this, but it was actually still in my hand. So I'm going to do a little blue one. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Right. Let me see. So we've got one there, one there. I'm thinking here like this. Overlapping. I'm thinking here. There we go. Maybe I need to do one more of the big one. But I'll do it in blue. So we've got one there, one there. I wonder if up here. 1, 2, 3. Yep. And I'm also thinking one half of the page. Aha! There we go. Another one up here. It's so hard not to overdo it with these, isn't it? There we go. Right, that's that. Now, the pink one. Oh, that's not working. Hang on. Need to get some of that blue out. There we go. Right. A little bit more white, I think, to make it a little bit pinker. Come on. There we go. We're nearly there. Kaylee says I'm in awe. Oh, thank you. You see, you're just after something nice for your birthday. But oh wait, you know that you've already got something nice for your birthday, so maybe you're not. Okay, so we'll do one there. And I'm thinking might be nice to do one there. So we've got the 3. Things usually look good in 3s. Usually. So we've got 1, 2, and 3 there. 1, 2, 3 there. Now we've got the blue one there and that one up there. So now I need to figure out, I'm thinking maybe there. There we go. That one there. Okay. I'm going to leave it there. I really don't want to be doing too many more. But I think that ties it in a little bit better. We've pushed this back into the background. We've made a little bit of a feature of it by putting the scallops in. That was the word I couldn't remember earlier on. Mona's saying, one of my nephews is having a birthday today. He's 19. My brother is having his birthday on the 25th. And Kaylee, yes, Kaylee, yours is the 28th of September. So I will put that in water and the other one in water, and that's that. I'm going to call it done. Just get this out of the way. I would put the paint in another journal, but there's not really an awful lot there left. So I'm not going to bother because it's already started drying. Normally what I do, for those of you who don't know, when I use this palette, I normally wet this. I have paper towel in the bottom of a tray and this gets wet. This is baking paper that is hooked on with a clip just to stop it from moving about, essentially. Splat. Oh, you see, is there a bad influence on me? Yes, white splatters probably would go. Oh, do I or don't I? Oh, hello, Gail. Thank you for popping by. Oh, thank you. There is a special surprise, Gail, if you do watch. Keep watching because there is something that I think you might be interested in. So, yes, keep watching. Shall I? Shall I do some white splatters? Kaylee says no splatters, maybe next picture. Oh, I don't know. I like my splatters. I like my white splatters. That probably would just finish it off nicely, wouldn't it? But it would have to be Mixing white or titanium white, because I think the mixing white's probably not going to show up. So I'm thinking titanium white. So let me see if I can find my titanium white. Although that'll be the tube that's almost finished. Do you think I like my white? Right. Okay, I'll get the tray back. Right. Okay, Kaylee, watch and learn. This is how you do splatters. So you get a little bit of white, or whatever colour you want to use, and you get I'm thinking I might use the fan brush, but I don't know. Yeah, the fan brush probably would be the and then you thing way up here. Maybe not. I've got enough water. So normally what you would do is you would knock it on something. Let me find something to cover up the face. I don't mind it going on anywhere else, it's just I don't want it on our face. So you would just do that. Being very careful not to actually point it in the direction of said computer. Maybe a little bit more water is needed. Yeah, that's probably a bit better. Get bigger splatters that way. There we go. Oh, I do believe I have managed to get it on my my screen. So let me just get my screen wiped. Whoops. Oh, it's only a little bit. It's not that bad, I hope. Yeah, it's only a little bit. I'll probably find more when I switch it off or something. Yes, Anjali, you're a bad influence. Yes. Hello, ACM. Thank you for joining us today. A toothbrush does make a fine mist, a finer mist. However, seeing as how I wasn't actually thinking of doing splattering, I didn't actually have it with me. So I really, really, really shouldn't do splatters when I'm next to my desktop like this. I've now got it on my digital graphics tablet as well. Oh well. Hey ho. Right. So that'll be that. And let me just get a little bit more and just do just a tiny bit down here if I can. Just so that it feels like it's all over rather than completely missing her. There we go, that's us. I think that's just a bit too much, perhaps. Yeah. Right, there we go. That's us. So there we have it. There is the finished page. I'm pleased with that. So let me just apologise now in advance, because I am going to spin you around slowly but surely, hopefully not getting you too dizzy. Oh, there we go. So there we have it. Right, just shove this out of the way. I just like to be face to face with you guys when I say cheerio, and also give you a chance to feel as if you're actually, sorry, I'll just put that up just ever so slightly, that you're looking at me if you have any questions. So I'm just having a look at chat at the moment. And ACM is saying, lovely, what medium were you using, acrylic or gouache? I'm using acrylic. I was using acrylic in this one. I have used gouache, however it's pronounced, but for this particular page, it was acrylic. So I've used a little bit of Dalla Rowney's Graduate in this page, and I've used Golden as well, and I've also used, if I can find it, I used System 3 as well, the phthalo blue. Now when I'm doing a painting, I tend to use my golden acrylics more, so if I'm doing like a canvas or something, then I will use my acrylics, whereas when I'm just playing about in my art journal, which is just a moleskin, then I will tend to use my cheaper ones, which is the System 3. So yes, I do love golden. I really enjoy using golden. I've just finished, well, not just finished, I've just handed in a painting that I finished. For those of you who've seen me live before, it usually sits on the easel, but it's missing today, and that's because it's been handed in for the art exhibition. Now, the art exhibition, there's a private showing on the 2nd of October, and if the if all goes according to plan, I recorded it. Once I've actually been to the exhibition opening, I will be uploading the video of the time lapse of the painting. So that'll be something to look forward to. And I see white paint all over my graphics tablet. I really should have known better. Never mind. Never mind. Thank you everybody for your well wishes. Okay, no, I haven't tried interactive acrylics. Atelier, I'm assuming that's pronounced, interactive acrylics. I have not tried them as yet, no. Mona saying, hope many come and watch. Thank you. Angeli, thank you. Yes, it is exciting. I am really excited this year. The painting that I painted last year, I did live sessions on Facebook, and I also did a time lapse of that video. So that video is available on my YouTube channel. This year I only just I didn't do any live sessions. I just painted it. So ACM says that they're an Australian brand that lets you reactivate and rework your acrylic paint. Huh, that's interesting. Okay, so a little like your acrylic gouache then. So my understanding is that the Holbein acrylic gouache will kind of reactivate a little bit. So, or at least that's what I've heard anyway. I've not actually tried to do it. I do have acrylic gouache. ACM saying yes, you can reopen them 2 days after they're dry. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know that I don't think that Holbein necessarily will let you do that, because one of the things about gouache is that it is water soluble, and so there's that argument that acrylic gouache is just acrylic paint. How can it be gouache if it's not reactivating? And Holbein were the ones that were saying, as far as I'm aware anyway, that's what I was hearing, that they were saying, well, actually it is gouache because you can reactivate it if it's the acrylic gouache. I've not tried it yet, so I don't know. I can't 100% say that that's true. But that's interesting. Okay, thank you, Mona. His name's Aaron. Thank you. Hello, Aaron. My son is Aaron, but Aaron spelt with A-double-R. Aaron is a little bit easier to say than ACM. So, welcome, Aaron. Aaron's saying that rubbing alcohol takes it off of screens easily. That's good to know. Only I don't know that I would use rubbing alcohol on my screen, I have to say. I guess a little dabbed onto soft cloth might be fine, but because it was, I literally got it as soon as I got it onto my screen. I've taken it off with just water, which is a little bit safer on my computer screen. Kaylee's saying, I love all your art, Mum. Oh, but you have to say that. But thank you, much appreciated. Now, Kaylee, when you've got some time, this video is going to be available after the fact. I know we're live at the moment, but you can actually watch the replay, because I was making vellum paper earlier on. I was making this kind of paper, and I think you and the kids would love making this. So when you've got time, watch it. Aaron's asking, when did you start arting? Well, there's a little bit of a story to that, Aaron, and I'll make it as brief as I can. Okay. I started arting when I was at school. That's when I started. But through various different experiences from other adults and the reaction to my arting, I ended up, oh, somebody's saying bye. Who's going by? Mona, are you going away? Have I missed something? Bye, Mona. Sorry, I missed your message. Oh, here, I found it. Love that. So I have to go. My son is giving me the eye, wondering where the dinner is. Oh, thank you, Mona. I'm just about to wrap up anyway. So thank you very much for being my moderator today again, as always. So take care and love you loads. Bye, Mona. So yes, sorry. I started arting when I was in school, and via different things that happened and things that were said, I ended up stopping doing art when I was about 18. And I didn't really do art again until about 4 or 5 years ago. And then I got back into art. So yeah, I started art, stopped art, and I started again about 4 or 5 years ago. So yes, I hope that answers your question. Now, obviously, I've just seen that you need to go and eat breakfast, and Mona is away. Is there any last dying to ask questions that you would like to ask at this moment in time? If anybody's got this far in the replay, you are absolutely, your stars. Thank you. Leave any questions that you have in the comments below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Oh, thank you, Aaron. That is very much appreciated. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Any last minute, really itching, dying to know questions before I say ta-ta? And I see, Jen, you use your fingernails on your tablet. Yes, I've just been doing that as well. I've got reasonably good nails, and I've just been scratching off the paint as I find it. I don't think it's that damaging, to be fair. Oh, Angeli says it's 2:30 a.m. So yeah, I thought you were just popping in. Thank you so much for staying. Thank you. So Jen says I'll share later when I'm actually here. Yes. Spot on. Thank you. So it looks like there's no burning questions at this moment in time. I hope that you have all enjoyed this art and chat. Christine says that she's enjoyed it. Oh, thank you, Angeli. It was too much fun to leave. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Fantastic. So thank you guys for joining me. I as always, I had an absolute blast. You guys are amazing. I love it when you talk to me. I'm not saying this as a sad story. I'm not sad about living on my own, but I do live on my own, and the ability to be able to art with friends, talking, it feels like you're not alone, and that's priceless. That's something you just can't buy, really. So thank you, everybody. And as I always say, take care of your mental well-being, because you're the only one that really can. Lots of creative sparkles out into the universe for anybody who needs them. So take care, everybody, and I hope to see you again next Friday, because I'm off again next Friday, which is awesome. And I plan to do another Fun Friday live. So take care, everybody. Bye for now.